about your personal situation.
Taking us on world tour, y'all. Inbox me wherever you at. We there with this flow this summer. Yo. My editorials, equatorial, epic stories, yo. Majestic Scorpios, dressed in Giorgio for memorial. Catch us in them cartoons in Cancun. Off we go, let the trumpets blow. When my comfort zone got uncomfortable, I hit the road for like a month or so, spitting flows of a written codes, hitting hoes and bungalows, flipping those of medicinal interlude with chicken soup.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Underground Railroad Productions. This your host, Brother Rich. I'm out here with the blue pill, with the Dr. Sabi shirt. Let me just zoom down. You can get that on his website at paranormal.com. Oh, you got some, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Real quick segment today, Blue.
Yeah.
Want to talk to you,
Get to it.
I want to get your take on this, the Colin Kaepernick situation's been the talk of the town as far as in mainstream media. A report has came out that brother, regardless of what you see on mainstream media and regardless of what NFL players are talking shit about him, he has the #1 selling jersey in the whole NFL. Numero uno.
Another one.
I want to ask you, Blue Pill, what does that say about the state of America? Because when we look on mainstream television, you would think that nobody supports this brother.
Yeah.
You would
they
think
show
that
them burning jerseys.
The whole year, burning jerseys. The whole world is against him. So are they trying to change the narrative that much? Are they that off that, damn, we can't watch them at all? What's going on, Blue?
My position on this, as it has always been, is that media is not the proper gauge for society at large. Media are experts in taking segments of what society is thinking or what society is talking about and magnifying it to such a degree that they now are able to manipulate how the mass thinks about something based on how they're observing that particular thing. Case in point, they will only show you video of people burning Colin Kaepernick's jersey. Why? Because it goes along with their rhetoric about this being not accepted in society, because that's the slant that is being reported from. It's being reported from he's doing something that is unaccepted. It's being reported from the place where, this person needs to know better. He's attacking white supremacy. They're not telling his story from a place or from a slant where they're saying, you know what? I agree with this brother. He has a point. You know what I'm saying? There's an argument that's being made. There's a conversation that needs to be had that's being avoided. We need to bring it to the carpet and make sure this conversation is being had. That's not what they're doing. They're telling you, look, America does not fuck with him, and they're giving you every other negative element about this incident. The team might cut him. He might even not make the starting quarterback position. You feel me? Like, no one seems to be talking either about his game or, anything pertaining to that. They're only giving you this idea that he is enacting a protest that's not supported by the populace or his teammates, you know what I'm saying, or quote-unquote melanated black people or the country or anything. They're not giving you any of that, you know what I'm saying? But they also taught us an edict here in America, and that edict is numbers don't lie. Yes, indeed. And not only do they tell us that numbers don't lie, but they also teach us that America votes with its dollars. You know what I'm saying? That's how America casts its votes, like that. So I feel that, yes, his dissent, you know what I'm saying, or him bucking at the system, it was respected, it was supported, and it was financed by people that share those sentiments. I don't think that this was a rush on his jersey. Well, of course, there was probably a small percentage that said, look, this brother's jersey is going to go up in value, especially if he gets pulled from the NFL. It's going to be a collector's item. But there were people that genuinely want to put that number on and adorn himself with that particular protest. Because like I said, he represents a hero, a heroic, a hero energy. And you want to throw that 7 on. this has also sparked a conversation in forums and many communities about the power of that number. We getting back to these numbers, man. So that's a beautiful thing. In 2016, as we see the number 7 come to full fruition. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I've also heard the backlash on the other side where people is like, this is stupid and it's foolish. You guys are just making the owners richer. How are you protesting if you're buying jerseys and putting money into the coffers of this particular entertainer or this artist or this sport athletes and this organization? Because they all represent white. Or all of a sudden, they're smart enough to realize that these organizations represent white supremacy. Try telling that to them niggas on a Sunday when they got the motherfucking honey barbecue wings out.
You might have got them with that one, Blue.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that they represent white supremacy don't got your black ass from not watching or knowing the stats from 1948, nigga. Like, cut it out. You feel me? I like your hair, sweetheart. Thank you. Yes, so I feel that it's a beautiful thing. And again, as an answer to that, in terms of the economics, the brother made a statement and he said that he was going to give the proceeds from the sales of his jersey to organizations or charities of his choice. I didn't know that athletes get percentages from their jersey sales. That's new to me. Maybe they do. They should, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? If they putting that work in and increasing the value of those particular said jerseys and charging those numbers, right? You damn right they should benefit from it. So, yes, people are supporting him and helping him support the charity. At the same time, they're supporting the organization. I don't think this is as much as it is about shut down the 49ers, you know what I'm saying, or shut down NFL or shut down football, as much as it is about this brother saying, look, this is my vocation. This is my job. You know what I'm saying? My eyes have been open to these injustices based on me looking at Hidden Colors or looking at that, because Tariq Nasheed is saying the brother reached out to him and he said, yeah, you know, he watches Hidden Colors. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these are some of the forums that have given him the information that have allowed him to now have this national conversation with us. So he's at his workplace saying, look, I'm going to utilize this particular stage to protest because I'm not happy what's going on with my people abroad. You feel me? And the most effective place that I could do something is where I'm at. That's what we trying to tell y'all. The most effective place that you can do something is right where you're at. You see where I'm at? This is where I'm making effects and changes, what have you. People coming from all around the entire planet to come and visit us right on this curbside. You know what I'm saying? And this work that we're doing here is going around the world. So do something right where you're at. We have been admonishing the family, where you at, pick a camera up in your region, in your city, you know what I'm saying? Or in your hood, wherever. Pick the camera up, start talking to the people. Let us start seeing what the sentiments of our family are, to see if we have air likes in the Lou, to see if we got air likes in Kansas City, to see if we got air likes in Cincinnati, to see if we got air likes in A, B, and C, every town USA. They said Harlem is the capital of ghetto land America. You know what I'm saying? So if we're doing something here and it pops, chances are if you do it where you at, it has a large potentiality of popping as well. So more information or more outlets for this, more information creates more Colin Kaepernicks. Okay? More opportunities for you to get the #1 draft of the NFL season and be like, you know what? They're going to play things by my rules. I mean, that's hell of a gamble to take. But my whole thing is, what was reward without risk? These people are making themselves legendary. You feel me? What is reward without risk? All right? That brother is going to be able to reap something that transcends dollars from a football jersey sale. But the fact that he has that iota, the fact that he has that sort of energy to still boost his spirits, and she's beautiful. The fact that he has these things working in his favor in the face of all of the backlash, I think that that's a beautiful thing, and I applaud the people that participated in making his jersey #1. Can't wait to receive mine in the mail. Mine's is custom.
I got one more last question for you, Blue.
Yes.
In regards to this segment. You know, when something like this happens and somebody stands up, somebody that Colin Kaepernick, who would give a voice to the voiceless, millions of black people out there, it's like we gain a little momentum and we feel good that, our plight is being spoke about on television. So when somebody like Muhammad Ali's ex-wife, Khalila Camacho Ali, speaks against what he's doing, because people are scratching their heads, it's kind of hard for them to understand when your ex-husband was Muhammad Ali and what he did. She said the first thing I would ask him to do, referring to Colin Kaepernick, the first thing I would do is ask him about his stance on humanity. What exactly is he trying to improve and how is he going to make that happen? Next, I have him make a retraction for his actions against the American flag. He needs to apologize. I will help him meet the groups that will fight with him, donate to charities of all people, not just minorities, because we cannot single anyone out. If he wants isolation to end, he needs to prove that he cares about all people, not just his people. If he's willing to get off his high horse and humble himself, we could do a lot of good together. Real confusing, Blue. Could you talk about this?
Show how Black Lives Matter. She want to be inclusive of all people, It's not enough to prove that your people is getting their ass whooped. You got to look under every rock, crack, and crevice to find out who else is getting their ass whooped and, hang their national flag or their banner on you, pin it on your donkey as well for you to say that you're all inclusive or you really have to care. If you don't say all lives matter, nigga, you couldn't possibly care. That's her rhetoric. I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? She said that she was instrumental in helping Ali make his decision about whether or not he should go to war, so she was instrumental in a pivotal moment. We had a pivotal moment in this country where we saw somebody pull it all on the line. I think that she needs to be respectful of that man's right to protest the way that he deems fit, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the avenue that he has. This is how he sees as best fit, and he's bringing attention to something that's very hypocritical in society. And that is, people pledging allegiance to a flag, like I said, to a trading banner for that matter, or to a flag, as the conversation is being had in public, that doesn't stand for what is advertised as. I think that it was a perfect opportunity for him to bring the national spotlight during the national game to a national conversation that has been taking place, but every time a sporting event comes on, it somewhat mutes out the larger conversation that we're having in society. It nullifies what we're dealing with. So yes, the protest needs to come from within sports, and she needs to find a better forum or a better way to approach this man if she wants to honestly lend a hand or help him. Don't chastise him in public and say, oh, listen, sonny boy, I got a better way to show you and shit like that. Come on, that.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me put it to you like this. People that have that mentality, that get offended by when somebody say Black Lives Matter and they say, no, all lives matter. If there was let's say within the next 2 years, there was a growing trend of homosexuals, gay people being killed by the police on camera. So people who are gay, let's say Ellen, let's say Tyler Perry, let's say the dude that produces Empire, what's his name?
Lee Daniels.
Lee Daniels. They got on TV and they said, we're going to fight for gay rights. Gay lives matter. Nobody would have a problem with that. In fact, everybody will understand perfectly what they're talking about. They wouldn't play stupid. They wouldn't say, what about all our lives? Because they know that this specific group, gay people in that example, are being targeted. Right. Why the hell isn't it like that for black people? If it was anybody else, Blue, if it was anybody, everybody wouldn't play stupid. They will understand it. When it's black people, even black people play stupid. What's going on?
Well, like you said earlier, controlled opposition. You know what I'm saying? If I can make the conversation or the narrative anything about anything other than what the topic is, then I don't even have to address the topic. You know what I'm saying? I can run circles around the topic and deal with this level of all-inclusiveness. You feel me? When we're talking about a segmented population of society have been targeted for extermination, we need to put the focus on them because their war is not only on the outside, it's an internal war as well. These people are threatened as a group, as a population on this particular planet is being threatened on both ends. You know what I'm saying? From inside and from outside, from internal fighting and from, being targeted outwardly by people who see a level of weakness that's like, look, shit, sweet, we need to make this particular move. Like I said, because it fits many different agendas, not just one. It's a multiplicity of agendas that are being pretty much fed with these moves. So I think that it's deflection. You know what I mean? When you want to defend yourself and you want to be clear about what you're defending and why you're defending it, for someone else to come with a whole nother conversation that has nothing to do with that, that shit is a distraction. You know what I'm saying? That's a distraction. That's to get you off of your square. So either you could get in your feelings like I probably am right this particular moment. You know what I'm saying? Or you just waste a lot of energy with your talking points trying to explain to them why, in fact, you need them only to focus on peace, God, on Black lives. Peace, how you doing? Everything good? Family. Dig. That's the little one. That's Grand Pooba's son, you know? So the same way that his father was responsible for shining a light on my generation with their music and waking us up, we have now been awarded with the opportunity to shed some light on his son's generation and wake them up, you know? So this is who it's about. It's about the children. It's about the babies, man. You feel me? And all babies are not threatened in society. All babies are not waking up every day concerned with whether they're going to make it home to school or not. Our babies are, all right? We have conditions in our community that are being affected from external factors. And again, like I said, internal factors. We have work to do. In the meantime, while we're doing this work, we need to be not distracted by distractions. We need to not be reminded from you that, quote unquote, all lives matter. No, in fact, this is what we're trying to tell you. We're trying to make the whole conversation about, quote unquote, Black lives being mattered inclusive of the conversation of all lives. Okay? So yeah, we're saying, by saying Black lives matter, we're saying, hey, guys over here, like all lives, us too. All lives, us too, like all lives, inclusive of this particular segment too. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm advocating that in terms of the rallying cry of the conversation, not the organization. I'm not advocating for the organization by saying this. I'm saying by the conversation being taken place and by them rebutting the conversation, this is what you need to come back as with your rebuttal. And you need to ask them if all lives matter, nigga. Is that inclusive of the rapists? Is that inclusive of the murderers? The people that y'all be droning on the kill list? You said all. Is there any exceptions to all? You know what I'm saying? Are you talking about roaches too? Because you said all lives. You didn't say all human lives. So now I'm going to be petty as shit. Peace, Black Leroy. Indeed. Very first person to introduce Dr. Sabi to the community. Right there. All right? People have no idea what these stories are, man.
You're going to have to wrap it up.
Yeah. So, again, family, let's stop falling for the distractions. The all lives matter versus Black lives matter conversation is not one that you need to even engage in. I gave you some talking points. That's what you need to hit them with and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? The focus as the conversation goes is specifically on a segment of people that have a level of criteria that they need to lay out to the rest of the world to say, look, we're under attack. We're being threatened. You know what I'm saying? We're being exterminated. We're being annihilated. And this is why we feel that this needs to be a focal attention of a sort of an international body that monitors these things, because this is what we feel that our particular value is, right? People are, it's almost like pleading. You're making your plea for what you're worth on this particular planet as they are launching all of these programs to get rid of useful eaters. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to prove our worth. Again, going back to the whole aspect of cost and value. We live in a society that does not value Black lives. In our very own communities, we do not value Black lives. Okay? But now we're at a particular place where people are caught with their pants down and they're trying to prove the worth of Black lives to the rest of the world. and they like, yo, y'all told us that shit come a dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying? You know how many niggas I heard get killed in the battle rap last night? 3 million. And the battle rap was only 45 minutes, 3 rounds. And I heard 3 million niggas get killed in the battle rap. You feel me? So, you know, these are touchy topics. I hope, you know, it's a good thing that we have an opportunity to touch on these touchy topics. You know what I'm saying? Because we bring clarity to the topics ourselves by conversing, and then we're able to bring clarity to the family out there, you know, that are listening to YouTube land, and then we're able to chop it up and get some feedback. You feel me? But yeah, man, Ali's wife, let Kaepernick breathe and find other means. Like, you could have DM'd him. You know what I'm saying? You could have found another way to reach out to him than through TMZ, through the public. You know, all of this public lamenting that we're doing and public outreach. Like, how did they used to get in contact with niggas before Twitter? Peace, y'all. Rest in peace to Ali. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this reflects no way on that man's legacy. Blue Pillar 44 on Instagram. Apparel Normal. .com.
Peace, family. This brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figure since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I can ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I could make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your program.
Sorry about your personal situation.
Taking this on world tour, y'all. Inbox me wherever you at. We there with this flow this summer. Yo. My editorials, equatorial, epic stories, yo. Majestic Scorpios, dressed in Giorgio before Memorial. Catch us in them cartoons in Cancun. Off we go, let the trumpets blow. When my comfort zone got uncomfortable, I hit the road for like a month or so, spitting flows of a written codes, hitting hoes in bungalows, flipping those of medicinal interlude with chickens who think sniffing.